The following is a production of New Mexico State University.
I feel great inside of me because there's something in there growing, inside of my stomach, and we're all excited.
I'm walking and I always walk, talk to him, and it's just the most exhilarating feeling that I've ever had in my life. And I've been wanting a baby for the longest time, so I want to live every minute of it.
I think it's just the most wonderful thing in the world. I'm just really proud and excited. This is an exciting time in my life.
Expecting the birth of your baby is exciting. It is a time when you may dream about life with your new baby, your hopes for a healthy baby, your plans for a good life. Naturally, you want the best for your baby, so it's important to know that you affect your baby's future by what you eat before you become pregnant, as well as when you are pregnant. The types of food you eat and the amount of weight you gain during pregnancy is critical to your health, your baby's health, and life ahead. Sure, you've heard you need to eat right, but what does that mean? You want to have the strongest, healthiest baby possible, even if it means changing the foods you eat. Well, this simple guideline will show you how. It's called the Food Guide Pyramid. It has only 6 parts and is easy to remember. The base of the pyramid and the basis of healthy eating during your pregnancy is composed of the breads and cereals food group. Choose between 6 and 11 servings from this group. Concentrate on whole grain breads and cereals because they provide important nutrients as well as fiber in your diet. They are extremely important. You can eat at least 2 servings from the breads and cereal group at each meal. A serving is 1 slice of bread or 1/2 cup of flake cereal, spaghetti, or rice. If you're eating a puffed cereal, you'll need 3/4 cup to equal 1 serving. The second food group is composed of vegetables. You should eat between 3 and 5 servings of vegetables a day. 1/2 cup of most vegetables or 1 cup of leafy vegetables is 1 serving. Enjoy both raw and cooked vegetables. Always have fresh carrots, celery, bell pepper, radishes, lettuce, tomatoes, and other favorites on hand to make quick salads to go with any meal or even as a snack between meals. Fruits are in the third food group. 2 to 4 servings of fruit will provide important vitamin C and fiber to the diet. A medium piece of fruit is 1 serving. A banana is usually 2 servings. Fruits are wonderful snacks between meals or as desserts. They are high in nutrients and provide the liquid your body needs, especially when you are pregnant. As an extra bonus, eating the right amount of whole grain breads, cereals, fruits, and vegetables can help solve another common problem during pregnancy: constipation. These foods have lots of fiber. Pregnant women who have high fiber diets and who also walk or exercise regularly have less problems with constipation. And by the way, you probably feel like you always have to go to the bathroom too, especially in the last few weeks. Well, don't worry. As soon as your baby is born, that problem will disappear. Until then, just keep eating healthy foods and drinking plenty of water and milk. Which brings us to the 4th group on the Food Guide Pyramid: dairy foods. Cheese, yogurt, and milk are excellent sources of calcium, the mineral needed to make strong bones and teeth for both you and your baby. A serving is a slice of cheese, a 1-ounce cube of cheese, a glass of milk, or a cup of yogurt. You need 3 to 4 servings of dairy foods every day. This is especially important if you're a young mom, because your own bones are still developing as well as your baby's bones. Be sure to get at least 4 servings from the dairy group. If you have trouble drinking that much plain milk, try other foods made from dairy products, such as pudding, yogurt, or cheese. The 5th food group includes meat, poultry, fish, dried beans, peas, nuts, and peanut butter. 2 servings a day is plenty for you and your developing baby. Remember, a serving of meat is really not very large. In fact, it's only the size of the palm of your hand, and it only takes 2 tablespoons of peanut butter to count as 1 meat serving. So you see, the secret to helping your baby arrive healthy and strong is to exercise some every day, eat the right amount of healthy foods from each of these food groups every day, and gain the right amount of weight. Finding creative ways to eat foods you need is important for you and your baby. Listen to how these moms feel about eating.
When I got pregnant, I said I have to eat right for the baby so it can come out healthy. And
that's like your main responsibility when you're pregnant, is taking care of your kid. And you have to take care of yourself to do it.
I couldn't stand milk, I couldn't stand cheese. But before I got pregnant, after I got pregnant, I loved milk. I craved everything that the baby needed, all the good nutritions.
I did not like milk at all. The only thing I would do is eat cereal. Eat a lot of cereal. I eat cereal like twice a day. Or I like cheese, so I would eat cheese.
I think really fruits and vegetables are real important, especially during snacking time. And protein is very important for the baby. And calcium, in which I do a lot of dairy products. But water, I drink a lot of water, especially when it's hot outside.
The final cap on the pyramid is very small. It includes fats and sugars. It's best to eat these foods only in moderation because they just don't have much that you or your baby needs to stay healthy. Instead, these fats and sugars can fill you up, and you won't feel like eating all the foods in the other parts of the food guide pyramid that will help your baby grow and develop. So when you feel like a treat, just remember that moderation means small quantities, but doesn't mean eliminating them completely from your diet. If you use moderation with fats and sugars, you will probably gain enough weight to have a healthy baby and still be able to easily lose those important pregnancy pounds after your baby is born. Oh yes, there's one more important secret to a healthy pregnancy. It's not on the food guide pyramid, but it's very important. It's just plain water. Drink 8 glasses of water a day. For variety, add a slice of lemon or some fruit juice. And that's it. Plenty of water, 3 small meals, and 3 snacks a day are a good eating plan. All you need is about 300 extra calories from the food guide pyramid each day to give your body enough food to stay healthy and help your baby to grow strong and thrive. Try taking fruit and whole grain crackers to work to enjoy between meals. An extra piece of bread, a glass of skim or low-fat milk, a piece of fruit, and an extra serving of vegetables. That will add the extra 300 calories you need, the healthy way. And in a few months, your baby will be here and you'll be glad you gave your baby such a healthy start by eating right and gaining enough weight from eating healthy foods. Hey, maybe that's a subject that really worries you. Weight gain. Maybe you're afraid about getting huge. Maybe you just don't know how much weight you should gain and when. Some moms think they only need to gain the pounds they think a baby should weigh. This is not true. If you're going to have a healthy baby, your body needs to build itself up in several areas. Here's what you should gain to have a healthy baby. You'll gain the weight of the baby. That's about 8 pounds. Then there's the 1-pound placenta that feeds the baby, and about 2 pounds of amniotic fluid that protects and cushions your baby. In a healthy pregnancy, your body will also add about 3 pounds of extra breast tissue, 2 to 8 pounds of body fat, and 2 pounds of overall muscle tissue. In general, you need to gain between 25 and 35 pounds to have a healthy, strong baby and stay healthy yourself. Of course, most women are worried that they may never lose the weight. Some girls get so scared they even try to diet while they are pregnant. That is really dangerous for both you and your baby. Listen to what some new moms have to say about gaining weight.
it was over 50 pounds. I won't say how much. It was over that much. And afterwards, it's just like, I could lose it anyways, you know? After I have the baby, you could exercise or whatever, but while you're pregnant, you gotta feed the baby and make sure you really eat a lot. I mean, you could lose the weight after you have the baby. It's not that hard. You know, if you just have your mindset on it. And the baby's gonna help you anyways because it's gonna be running around pretty soon. Stay away from the candy bars. I mean, if you're really worried about gaining weight and all the weight really comes from like the candy bars and the Cokes and a lot of sugar things like that, and that's when all the weight really comes in. The good weight you lose. I feel that I only have 9 months to build a brain and the rest of my life to work on my body, so I don't have any concerns at all.
My first concern is my healthy baby. So if I gain weight, I don't want to go over the I'm supposed to, you know, but my concern is the baby, and I'll worry about my losing weight afterwards. I expect to gain the weight.
You know, I got really huge when I got pregnant. I was big, really big. I gained like 45 pounds. I knew I had to gain enough weight in order to have a healthy baby. I know that it's very important. But after I had my baby, I realized that I needed to get rid of this weight. So I watched what I ate, and I also exercised, and it came off. In 3 months I did it, it came off. And along with having my weight come off, I also had a healthy baby, so it's very important that you do gain the right amount of weight. It's very important.
You see, gaining weight is just a part of a healthy pregnancy, and it's really important. Moms who don't gain enough weight during pregnancy often have low birth weight babies who are usually sick and much harder to care for. It's also very unhealthy for your baby as well as for you if you smoke, drink beer and liquor, or take any type of drug while you're pregnant.
You can't drink when you're pregnant, and you can't do drugs. You just can't, because that's not the baby's decision. Your baby doesn't have a choice. And when your baby's inside of you, you're the only choice your baby has. It has no one else it can rely on but you. So you have to be everything for that baby. You have to do everything. You have to eat right, you have to not drink, you have to stop smoking.
If you're pregnant, you know, you got to make the right decisions for that baby, because you made the decision to keep that baby. And if you really want it, I mean, and you don't want it to come out deformed or with bad lungs, or, you know, you got to think about that. And you got to think about, if you want it to be healthy, then you got to eat right and stop smoking. You can't just say, oh, well, I'll smoke a few cigarettes and, you know, and then I'll quit when I'm 3 months. You know, a lot of girls think that first, second, third, and fourth month that they can continue drinking, smoking. You know, those are the most important months of pregnancy, because the heart, the eyes, all the organs are developing. You know, I've known a lot of mothers like that say, well, I can do it till I'm 6 months, but that's why your baby comes out with low birth weight, or, you know, something's wrong with it, you know, and you got to quit right there and then once you find out you're pregnant, no matter what.
Pregnancy is a special time in your life. It's a time to give a little extra attention to yourself and the foods you eat. Eating a balanced diet from the Food Guide Pyramid can help make this a special time, a healthy time for both you and your baby, for the rest of your lives.
I'm 8.5 months pregnant, and what it looks like, I don't know, it probably has all his parts already and it wants to come out because it was a lot.
You're gonna find it yourself, huh? Why don't you listen right over here?
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear it?
Yeah.
You know, and my mom makes it for me because I'm pregnant. You know, and you got to eat right when you're pregnant, and everyone, you know, is usually pretty cool about it.
A friend of mine at work, she's always talking to him too. It's supposed to be a boy. And I don't know, they say these things aren't always right, but we named him Benjamin Ray after his dad. So we'll find out when that time comes. And if not, I'm going to name it Molly. But I'm just really proud and excited.
The preceding was a production of New Mexico State University. The views and opinions in this program are those of the author and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of the NMSU Board of Regents.